In this video, we will be discussing about this problem. So, this problem says that use the superposition theorem and source transformation technique to find the value of Vx in the given circuit. So, the value of Vs is given here. So, we have to find the Vx value as it given plus minus here. In that way only we have to calculate. So, first we will go with the superposition theorem. So, what superposition theorem says? So, in superposition theorem we have to consider each source individually and then we have to calculate the Vx value individually for all the source and then we have to add it up. So, if I apply superposition theorem, so superposition theorem where I will apply? So, now let us consider the 24 volt source. So, consider 24 volt source first. So, while considering 24 volt source, I will just keep one 24 volt source in the circuit and I will remove the current source 2 ampere source and the 48 ampere source. In this case, what I have to do? The current source is written as a open circuit and the voltage source is taken as a short circuit. So, what I have to do? I have to redraw the circuit now. So, if I redraw the circuit, then the circuit will look like this. So, this is my 10 ohm. So, here I have to do the open circuit and then here my 20 ohm is there and here I have to find the Vx1. I will write Vx1 here and then here 45 ohm is there and here the 30 ohm is connected. Okay. Now, here the voltage source was there. So, I have to do the short circuit here and I am considering the 24 volt source here. So, now the new circuit will look like this. So, we have to find what is the value of Vx1 in this circuit. Now, how to solve this? So, first we will see that in this circuit, this 30 ohm and this 45 ohm are in parallel. So, I have to find one equivalent value of 30 ohm and 45 ohm. So, these are parallel, 30 parallel to 40. So, how it can be calculated? That is equals to 30 into 45 divided by 30 plus 45. So, if I calculate this value is come as 18 ohm. Okay, that I have already calculated and while practicing you need to calculate on your own. So, if I do this, then I can redraw the circuit again. So, what will be the new circuit again? So, here 10 ohm resistance is there and then 20 ohm resistance is there. So, combining these two I am getting 18 ohm. So, 18 ohm resistance will be here. Okay, this is 18, this is 20 and this is 10 and I have the 24 volt source here. This is your 24 volt. Okay. Now, in this circuit I need to find the Vx value here as plus minus Vx1 I have to find. So, how do we find? If I find what is the current here, then I can find what is the voltage across this 20 ohm resistor. Let us consider the current flowing here is I. Okay. Now, what is the value of current? So, value of current in this circuit, so value of current will be equals to how much? Voltage, that is 24 divided by the total resistance, that is 10 plus 20 plus 18. So, this current value will come as, so if you calculate, this current value will be 0.5 ampere. Okay. Now, what is the value of Vx1? So, Vx1 is equals to, I have to use this current value here, Vx1 is equals to I into 20. So, that is equals to, it will come as 10 volts. So, multiplying 0.5 into 20 we will get 10 volts. So, this is what? This is my Vx1. Okay. So, in the next part of the circuit what you have to do? We have to consider the 2 ampere source. Okay. Now, if I consider the 2 ampere source, I have to redraw the circuit again with the superposition theorem. So, if you consider here 2 ampere source, so this 24 volt and 48 volt they will be in open short circuited because of voltage source. So, if I redraw the circuit, so redrawing circuit, this will be short circuited, this will be short circuited and all other resistances will remain as it is. So, here I have 10 ohm. Okay. Now, after 10 ohm I have this 2 ampere current source here and after this this Vx2 value we are going to find here, and that is because we are considering the second source, and 20 ohm resistance is here plus minus, and here after Vx we have this 30 ohm resistance here, and we have the 45 ohm resistance here. Now here there was a voltage source which I will short circuit, and here there was a voltage source which I can short circuit. So if I do this short circuit, now the new circuit will looking like this, just writing the resistance values here. So this is 30 and this is 45. Okay. Now again to solve this, I can see here that this 30 ohm and 45 ohm are in parallel. So what I can do? So parallel value of 30 ohm and 40 ohm, we have already got 18 ohm. So I can redraw the circuit like, so this is 10, sorry. So this is 10 ohm, here I have the Vx, and then I have here how much, 18 ohm, that is the parallel combination of 30 and 45, and I have the current source here as 2 ampere, and then this is short circuited. So here it is 10, this will be your Vx, and this is 18 ohm. Okay. So how I got this? I have just calculated the parallel things here. Okay. Next I can find the value of this I which is flowing through here with the help of current division rule, and this value of resistance is 20 ohm. So how much current is flowing here, that I need to find. Let us consider that the amount of current flowing here is I, not I1, only I. So what is the value of I? So if I apply current division rule, so I, what I am applying, just writing, so current division rule if I apply, you can find nodal analysis also, anything you can use, that is okay. So current division rule, I know that is the total current flowing here is 2 ampere, okay, 2 ampere into, in current division what we do, the other opposite resistance, that is 10 divided by the total resistance. Total resistance is how much, 10, and here the resistance is value is 20 plus 18. So 10 plus 20 plus 18 is the total resistance of the circuit. Okay. So this I will get as 2 ampere into, so this will be your 10 divided by 48, and the value will be 0.42 ampere. So when 0.42 ampere is flowing here, then what I can do, I can calculate the Vx2 value here. So I am finding Vx2. Vx2 is equals to how much, 0.42 into how much, 20. So this will be your value is, so 8.4 volts. So now this is my second voltage Vx2 due to the 2 ampere source. Now what I can do, I can consider the third source, that is the 48 volt source. Okay. So if I consider 48 volt source, so here I will write consider 48 volt. So, so 48 volt I need to redraw the circuit again. How to redraw? This will be short circuit, this will be your open circuit. Okay. So for 48 ohm, 48 volt resistance voltage source, I am drawing the circuit again. So this is my 10 ohm, this will be my Vx3 I am calculating here, and here the current source is open circuited, this one is short circuited, and here how much, 30 ohm is connected, and here 45 ohm is connected, sorry, yeah, 45 ohm is connected here, 30 ohm is connected here, this value is given as 20, this value is 10. And in this circuit here the 48 volt voltage is there. So I have to find what is the voltage across Vs3, and for that I need to consider that, let us the current flowing here is I. Okay. So when the current is current flowing through this I, then what will happen, using the source transformation. So these two I can use the source transformation, because in the question also it has asked to do so. So if I do the source transformation, then I can redraw the circuit again. Okay. So this is 10, this is 20, and this is your 30. So while doing the source transformation, how to do source transformation, you can convert that to a current source with this 45 ohm resistance will be in parallel. Okay, so how to do that? So first let me just write this 45 ohm in parallel, and here there will be a current source like this. Why this like this? The plus minus sign you can see here. So this will be the current source. Now this is my new circuit. So this current value, how much it will be? So that will be equals to, what is the voltage? 48 divided by the resistance is there, that is 45, and this value will come as 1.07 ampere. Okay, now this current value is 1.07 ampere. So again in this circuit you can see this 35 and 45 are in parallel. So I can redraw the circuit again. So if I redraw the circuit again, so what I will get? Again this is 10. So here I have to find Vx3 now. Okay, so this is your 20, and here we have how much? We have already calculated what is the value of 30 and 45 in parallel. So that is the 35 and 45 in parallel, it will give you 18 ohms. So in this circuit here I can take as 18 ohms, and this is given as 20, where I have to find Vx3 plus minus, and this value is given as 10. Now I have simplified the circuit to the simple one, and again here what we have the current source, and whose value is how much? This value is 1.07 ampere. So 1.07 ampere. We have to find the current in this. We have to find the Vx3 here. So how to find Vx3? So you can see here this 1 ampere current is getting divided here in this part and in this part, and we are considering our current as in this direction. Okay, so if I do like that, the current division rule, so I will be equals to how much? That is, total current is 1.07, but here you can see this current direction is opposite to the that I have considered in this direction. So I will take here minus 1.07. Instead of taking total current as 1.07, I am taking minus 1.07 because it is in the opposite direction. Okay, into how much? We need the voltage current across this 20 ohm resistance. So for that I have to divide it 18. So this is the opposite resistance, divided by 18 plus 10 plus 20, that is the total resistance. Okay. So that is equals to how much it will come? So if I calculate this value will be minus 0.4 ampere, minus 0.4 ampere. Now what will be the value of Vx3? Vx3 will be equals to 20 into minus 0.4, and this value will be minus 8 volt. Okay, so this is my third voltage because of the third voltage source. Now we have Vx3 here, we have Vx2 here, and here we have Vx1. Then according to superposition theorem, the total voltage Vx will be equals to how much? Vx1 plus Vx2 plus Vx3. So that is equals to, if I add all the voltage, so Vx1 is how much? 10 volt, then 8.4 volt, and then minus 8 volt. So 10 plus 8.4 minus 8, and this value will be your 10.4 volt. Okay, so this is the answer for this question. So what we have done, I will just quickly recap. First we have considered the 24 volt source and redone the circuit, calculated what is the voltage across this one. Then we have calculated to consider the 2 ampere source. So 2 ampere source we have taken here, and then we have done the short circuit for the other source and calculated what is the voltage source, that is Vx2 value. So that we got here, and then we are considering the 48 voltage source, 48 volt, and then redrawing the circuit. We have simplified the circuit to this simple one, and we have applied the current division rule. So if you are confusing how to apply the current division rule, so here you can use the nodal analysis also. Okay. Using nodal analysis also you can calculate. So if you use nodal analysis, in nodal analysis what happens, I consider all the currents are in outward direction. So let us think, this is your I1, this is your I2, this is your I3. So what I need to find what is the value of I3 in this case. So with nodal analysis, if I go, so the total current is I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equals to 0. Okay. Now what is the value of I1? So I am considering I1 in this direction, but actually there is a current source which is in the opposite direction. So directly I can write 1 minus 1.07 plus I2 is V. So I take the nodal voltage as V. So V divided by 18 plus what? So V divided by 10 plus 20, that is 30. Okay. So this is equals to 0. Now if I solve this, then also I will get the I value as 0 minus 0.4 ampere. If solving this, we will get I value as minus 0.4 ampere. But applying current division is bit easier, so you can go with the current division rule. So this much from this video, and I will solve another problem in the next video.